You know how it sometimes is. Like, you understand English pretty well, maybe watching shows or reading stuff, not too much trouble there.
Yeah.
But then you actually have to speak it, and it just feels, well, totally different, right? If that sounds familiar, you're definitely in the right place today.
That is such a common feeling. It really is. So today, we're doing a deep dive, looking at some observations, some expert thoughts on why this disconnect happens.
Right.
And really importantly, what you can actually sort of do about it.
Okay.
Our mission here is to give you some solid, actionable steps based on this material to, well, get you speaking more confidently.
Yeah.
Like starting right away.
Okay. So my brain gets the English. Why is it such a big jump to actually, saying the words out loud?
Well, what's really interesting, based on quite a bit of linguistic study, is that understanding and speaking, they aren't really the same skill set. Speaking is, well, it's active. You have to pull words out, right, from memory. Build sentences kind of on the fly.
Right, in the moment.
And have the confidence, just to say them. Listening, on the other hand, is more about recognition, processing what's coming in.
Okay.
It's like your brain uses slightly different wiring for each. And those speaking wires, they need their own workout.
Interesting. So just knowing it, having the info in there, that's not quite enough.
Exactly. Not for speaking, anyway.
Okay.
Think about learning to drive. One source uses great analogy.
Okay.
You can read the manual, watch videos about pedals, steering, everything.
Yeah, I can picture that.
But until you actually get behind the wheel and, try it, stall a few times maybe,
definitely.
You're not really building the driving skill itself. It's just the same with speaking English. You can have a ton of knowledge, but actually producing it, that needs specific practice.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Understanding the why is helpful. So what about the what next? What do these sources say we can actually do to start bridging that gap?
Yeah, the practical stuff, a really key thing that comes up again and again is just start small, really small.
Okay, like how small?
Like start using simple, short sentences you definitely already know in everyday moments. Things like, I'm hungry, or I like music. Maybe it's raining today.
Oh, okay. Things you wouldn't even think twice about normally.
Exactly. But say them out loud, make a conscious effort when the situation fits, it gets the ball rolling.
That feels doable. Less intimidating. What else can we try?
Another really good one, highlighted by several language acquisition folks, is trying to think in English during your day.
Thinking in English.
Yeah. Like narrate what you're doing in your head. Or, hey, even quietly out loud if you're alone. So instead of just grabbing your keys, think or say, I am getting my keys. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm going to work.
I see. So you're constantly activating that part of the brain.
Precisely. It helps build that habit of recalling English words without translating first.
Okay. But what about, the fear of messing up? That's huge for people. I mean, even for me sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Crucial point. And the sources we look at really hit on this. That fear, it's a major roadblock, no question.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Fluency doesn't come from waiting until you're perfect. It actually grows through making the mistakes, noticing them, and kind of adjusting.
So stumbling is part of it.
It's essential.
Yeah.
So the advice is be a little bold. Just try. Say the thing. Even if you're only 80% sure it's right, that 80% is way better than 0%.
Be bold. I like that. Any other concrete tips jumping out from the material?
Yep. A couple more practical ones. Using voice notes came up as a good idea.
Voice notes, like on your phone.
Exactly. Record yourself speaking English, maybe just, rambling about your day for a minute or your thoughts on something. Then listen back.
Ooh, I can see how that might be revealing.
It can be. But it's super helpful for catching where you paused or maybe where it didn't sound quite right. Self-correction without pressure. And also seeking out little speaking challenges. Doesn't have to be a big presentation, even just 5 minutes a day. Talk about your favorite movie, your dreams, what you had for lunch, anything.
So it's not about finding like huge blocks of time for intense study sessions.
Not necessarily, no. Consistency seems to be way more important than intensity, little and often.
Right.
And what's really encouraging from all this is that, look, if you're understanding a fair bit, your foundation is probably already pretty good. You don't need perfect grammar or a massive vocabulary to just start speaking.
That's a good reminder.
Think about how babies learn to talk, right? They don't know grammar rules. They just try sounds, then words. They make mistakes. People correct them gently. They try again. It's trial and error.
That's a fantastic analogy. Okay, so the big takeaway seems to be Understanding is great. It's necessary, but it's only step one. Real fluency, the kind where you can actually communicate back, that starts the moment you open your mouth and try.
That's it. That's the core message.
And the best time to take that first step is
right now, honestly. Today.
So, for everyone listening, maybe just think about one tiny thing, one simple sentence you could say out loud in English today. Could be anything. This coffee is good, I need a break, just one. And maybe while you're thinking about that first small step, consider this. Could that hesitation to speak, that fear, be holding you back from more than just, better English? What other doors, connections, opportunities might start to open up once you begin to actually voice all that knowledge you already have inside?